Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Namaste. Now we move on to the next chapter, Siddhi Vyanjakam, Success in Dramatic Production. Siddhinam tu pravakshyami lakshanam natakashrayam yasmat prayogaha sarvo ayam siddhyarthe sampratishtitaha. Bharata says, I shall now describe the feature of the two kinds of siddhi, the success relating to a drama. For the production of a drama is wholly meant on attaining the success. So, the success is very important for a drama, for a production. So, here he brings out the two varieties of success. Siddhistu dvivida jnaya vag sattva anga samudbhava daiviki manushi chaiva nana bhava samashraya. Success in a dramatic production which arises from words, vak, sattva, satvika, the mental condition, and anga, the gestures. This is of two types. One is daiviki, divine, and the other one is manushi, human. This relates to various psychological states and sentiments, that is the bhava and the rasas. What is manushi siddhi? The human success. It has 10 features, says Bharata. And the divine success has two varieties. What are they? One is, he says, generally they consist of two factors. One is vocal, vanmayi, and another one is physical, shariri. It is either because of the vachana or the vachika, which is from the audience side, the success is expressed, or it is through the sharira, the success is expressed. What are they? Let us see the vocal success. Smita ardhahasita hasa sadvaho kashtameva cha pravruddhanada cha tatha jnaya siddhistu vangmayi, which is of vangmaya, success expressed vocally. What are they? Smita, slight smile, ardhahasa, nice smile, atihasa, excessive laughter, sadhu, excellent, aho, how wonderful, kashtam, oh pathetic, and pravruddhanada, like swelling uproar. These are the signs of expressing the success through the vocal cords. Then coming to the physical success, pulakaischa sa romanchair abhyuthanais tataivacha cheladanangulikshepaha shariri siddhirishyate. So, joy is expressed through horripilation, raising up from the seat, and giving away gifts like clothes, chela, dana, throwing of rings, angulik shepa, like they give gold coins or gold rings, right? These are the signs of success expressed physically, shariri. Then how they are expressed and for what they are expressed? He says, when the actors produce a comedy sentiment or a double-entender speech, then the audience receive it with a slight smile. When the actors have a laughter, not very clear, or words which do not directly cause laughter, the spectators will have ardhahasya, half smile. Then the laughter created by the jester, the spectators will have atihasya, excessive laughter. Then that which relates to the practice of virtue and is endowed with excellence should be greeted by the spectators with the words such as sadhu, sadhu, excellent, excellent. Then how wonderful is naturally uttered by the spectators in connection with the states or the bhavas such as vismaya, that is the astonishment, to express great joy. But in the pathetic sentiment, they utter bho kashtam, how pathetic, along with tears. In case of pravriddhanada, that is the swelling uproar which comes in the vismaya or adbhuta rasa, where they shout, the swelling uproar is heard. This is the expression, and also the horripilation is the expression for this vismaya or adbhuta elements seen in the drama. Thus, we have various types of success based on Vangmaya and Sharira. He also adds, if the play has burning hostility, cutting and piercing fight, etc., terrific happening, it should be received by the experts, spectators with tears and rising up from the seat and shaking their limbs, etc. So, all these come under Manushi Siddhi. Now, let us move on to Daiviki Siddhi. Sa Satvatishaya Nyeya Bhava Yukta Tathaiva Cha Natye Samprekshakair Nyeya Nityam Siddhistu Daiviki. He says the success which includes an excessive display of sattva and expresses the bhavas clearly is to be taken by the spectators as Daiviki Siddhi. Na shabdo, naiva kshobho, na chotpata nidarshanam, sampurnata charangasya sa siddhir daiviki smrita. When there is no noise, no disturbance, no unusual occurrence, and the auditorium is full of spectators, but there is no activity seen or the sound is heard, then the success is called Daivi Siddhi, that is the divine success. So, there won't be any noise, the audience will be stuck to the performance and they will be mesmerized, they won't have words to say. and they will not be even clapping the hands. The perfect silence will be maintained. That is the state where it is Daiviki Siddhi. So, the Manushi Siddhi has more of uproars, actions, sounds, but the Daiviki Siddhi is more divine, serene and silent expression of success. Then Bharata talks about the three kinds of blemishes. He says the blemishes from gods are strong, like wildfire, wind, rains, strokes of lightning, etc. Then the blemishes from enemies are all around screaming, noisy clapping, throwing clods of earth, grass, stones, etc. These are due to jealousy. They might also act by receiving bribes from the enemies. And finally, it is the blemish due to portents and self-made blemishes. What are they? Some due to earthquake, storm, etc., which can be due to some unforeseen sequences. So, these three can be the blemishes for a production from outside, he says. The blemishes from the actors themselves, what are they? Unnaturalness in the acting, wrong movements, unsuitability of the role, loss of memory, speaking other words, that is, forgets his own words and speaking others' words, or that words, those words which are not given in the script, cries, do not have proper hand movements, falling off the crown, etc., ornaments, defects in playing the drums, shyness in speaking, laughing too much, crying too much, are all to be taken as actors' blemishes, which arises from the actors themselves. Then he talks about the serious blemishes such as attacks of insects, ants, etc., which totally spoil. Killing of animals creates hindrance to the production. Falling off the crown, ornaments, etc. And these are different types of blemishes in a performance. He also adds the blemishes which cannot be remedied in the production of a play are faults due to natural calamity and running out of water. So, it is either storm or even scarcity of water. All these may bring in blemishes to the performance, which is from the land. Some other sources of blemishes in a play or repetition, defective use of compound words, wrong use of case endings, want of proper euphonic combinations, use of incoherent words, faulty use of three genders, confusion between direct and indirect happenings, lapse in meter, interchange of long and short vowels. All these are also blemishes in a performance. He also adds absence of various notes, of sweetness, and of wealth and ignorance of voice registers and tempo will disturb musical rules in the production of a play. So, music should be taken care of, the swarasthanas should be taken care of, the voice registers, the tempo, the tala, laya, all these causes blemishes in a performance. Non-observance of sama, marga, marjana, all these, that is the technical terms connected to the tala, and the ignorance about the beginning and the stopping, that is beginning, where to begin the song and where to stop, especially based on the tala, will spoil the production, especially connected to the Pushkaravadya, he says. So, the tala in relation to the performing of Pushkaravadya, it happens to mar the beauty of the performance. Other than that, omission due to loss of memory, defective speeches, putting ornaments on the wrong places, not putting some ornaments, ignorance about how to climb the chariot, how to climb the elephant, horse, camel, aerial cars, vimanas, wrongly using the weapons, armors, and entering the stage without wearing the proper aharya, entering the stage too late or early, these are to be taken as blemishes for a performance and should be marked in proper places by clever experts. So, naturally, if the director is an expert director, he will see to it that all these blemishes do not happen in his performance. He also adds, an expert in dramatic production should say that the blemishes were mishra, mixed, sarvagata, total blemish, partial, ekadeshaja, but he should not just say that there were blemishes. So, the Natya Kushala should be able to identify the blemishes and take it as a part of explaining if the blemishes were more or were it okay, was it advisable as a better drama or does it need more practice. So, it has to be explained. So, we have critiques, right? The critics telling about a performance, just not good or very good. What were all to be taken as good? What were all to be taken as not so good? That is what he says. It should be noted. The person who archives all this is called a Prashnika. So, he says, after the production is over, after Jarjara is put down, we saw about Jarjara in the 5th chapter. So, after the drama is over, then the Prashnika should note down all the blemishes and the success of the production and will be able to, should be able to express that, analyze that in a proper way. He also says how this copying of a performance is very wrong. If just it is interpolated in a very simple way, it is okay, but it should not be interpolated. The same play, same work should not be interpolated in others' work. Then it is to be recorded as a blemish, he says. It is not a success. If the same play is interpolated by another person in his own play, knowingly. So, these are to give us the idea of blemishes and the success of the production. When anyone produces a play in disregard of costumes and languages belonging to a region, then his blemish relates to the rule of locality should be recorded. See, we saw this in Pravritti, the chapters connected with Pravritti. Bharata has given the regional differences. So, it has to be followed when you pen a particular drama. So, which area the hero belongs to, what type of dress he should wear, how he should walk, which type of character he is. All these are to be seen. If they are not done in a proper way, it is to be considered as a blemish. He also says that no play can be devoid of any merit or totally free from blemishes. So, hence, faults in the production of the play should not be made much of. So, whatever is the fault, they have to take that and they have to correct it in the next time. But without even one fault, it cannot be presented, he says. But the actor should not be careless about words, gestures, costumes of minor importance, as well as about representing the sentiment and the states, dance, vocal and instrumental music, and popular usages at the same time. He says, Nanadarastu karyo natena gaunavag anga sattvane patye rasabhava nritta gita atodye lokayuktam tu. So, this is how the drama should be presented. He now moves on to the ideal spectator of a performance, that is a prekshaka. He spoke about the siddhi, then also the blemishes which are not to be performed, which are not to be done, presented, should be taken care of. Though there are many faults in a production, it should be corrected in the next presentation. And then he also spoke about the prashnika who will note down the faults and share it with the producers. Then now he talks about the spectator of a performance, that is the prekshaka. He gives a detailed note on this. He says those who are possessed of good character, high birth, quiet behavior and learning, are desirous of fame, virtue, are impartial, advanced in age, proficient in drama in all its limbs, alert, honest, unaffected by passion, expert in playing the musical instruments, very virtuous, acquainted with the costumes, makeup, rules of the dialects, that is the speech-based prakritas, the four kinds of histrionic representations, that is the abhinayas, angika, vachika, aharya, satvika, the grammar, prosody, the chandas meter we saw in the chapters of vachika, then the expert in all the shastras, in different arts and crafts, and have fine sense of understanding or relishing the rasas, should be made as spectators for witnessing a particular drama. He gives a shloka for this. Avyagrair indriyaihi shuddha uha apoha visharadaha tyakta dosha anuragi cha sa natye prekshakaha smritaha. This is a beautiful shloka which defines a prekshaka. Anyone who has senses, unmuffled senses, honest, expert in the discussion of pros and cons, detector of faults and appreciator of merits is considered fit to be a spectator in a drama. He who attains gladness on seeing a person glad, and sorrow on seeing him sought, and feels miserable on seeing him miserable, is considered fit to be a spectator. All these various qualities are not known to exist in one single spectator. Hence, because objects of knowledgeable are so numerous and the span of life is so brief, the inferior common persons in an assembly which consists of the superior, middling and inferior number cannot be expected to appreciate the performances of the superior ones, he says. This is so beautiful. He says, na shakyam adhamair jnatum uttamanam visheshtitam. So, it is not easy to a normal person to experience the presentation of uttama, high class quality of a performance. Uttama means it is not only for the uttama characters, it is the uttama variety of performance. So, the audience, the spectator also should be a person who is of a good mental caliber, and hence an individual to whom a particular dress, profession, speech and act belong as his own should be considered fit for appreciating the same. This is the idea of Bharata for the various spectators. And he also gives various classes of spectators. Nana Shilaha Prakrityaha Shile Natyam Pratishtitam Uttama Adama Madhyanam Vriddha Balisha Yoshitam. It means different are the dispositions of women and men, young and old, who may be of superior, middling or inferior type, and on such dispositions the success of drama rests, he says. Young people are pleased in seeing the acts of love, learned, a reference to some religious or philosophical doctrine, and the seekers of money, wealth, and the passionless topics of liberation. So, even now if we see, the audience are of different kinds. According to the audience taste, the films are taken. The presentations, the classical forms, the semi-classical forms are presented, even the folk forms, and the subjects, the topics connected with the stories also are based on the audience taste. He says for the heroes, Bibhatsa, Raudra, etc. will please them. For the others, for the ladies and the children, it can be Hasya. Evam bhavanukarane yo yasmin pravishen naraha prekshakastu sa mantavyo gunair etair alankritaha. Thus the man who enters the stage by imitating the bhavas of these can be considered a spectator possessing the qualities, necessary qualities, that is to be taken for the audience also. He also says that these are the qualities of the spectators. If there are any controversy in the presentation, then there the prashnikas, the assessors, take their role and assess the performance. And now he also talks about various characters and the qualities of the others here, such as an actor, a grammarian, a king, a painter, a courtesan, musician, etc. After explaining the qualities, he says the assessors, the prashnikas, are appointed to bring out the faults and the merits of the drama. So, when there occurs any learned controversy about the knowledge of the Shastra, the decision should be made on the testimony of the Shastras. Here, it is a very contemporary thing he is talking about. He is telling controversy arises when the actors, the Bharatas, actors are called Bharatas, have the desire of mutual contestant at the instance of their masters of winning over money and rewards, banner. So, for winning over the money and banners, they work more for their own quality, he says. And the controversy arises on these activities. Who is better, who is best, all these. For that, the Prashnika is the person who decides the giving away of the banner to the person who is really qualified for that. Thus, he talks about the success of the production and how these banners, that is the awards, are to be given away in considering the talent of the performers and the quality of the play. The spectators who are capable of appreciating the merits should sit at ease with an unruffled mind and are to observe the achievements as well as the slightest of the faults which may relate it to the theory of theatrical productions. So, coordination, charming of the limbs, recitative actions, that is the patya, roles, the sentiments, etc. should be assessed. Hence, the assessors should also observe the beginning of the songs, instrumental music and the togetherness of these. That is, we say the tala and the laya, all these to be going hand in hand with each other, and also the costumes and the makeup. All these are to be checked by the audience as well as the assessors. Bharata talks about the coordination. He says, Anga, the gestures which are made all round in a play in harmony with the different time measures in course of dances related to the dhruvas or the songs, is to be considered as coordination. There should be hand, leg, speech, movement coordination. That is very, very, very important, he says. And then the charming of the limbs, how the position of the limbs, the chest without bending forward, the two arms spread in Chaturashrasthana, and the ayata and the neck in Anchita bent nicely, and these are the charms of the limbs, that is the Anga Madhurya. These are to be taken care of, and one should pay attention to the subjects not mentioned before, which are to be mastered. The sadhya by the actors, sadhaka, and to the instrumental music and the roles, that is the prakritis and the songs, all these are to be taken care of. The songs are to match the instrumental music, the characters, the role they are taking, the actors who are to master that particular action, and these are to be presented after perfection is done, is got through the help of the director of the play or director of the dance. and then it should be performed. The success arising due to the joy from the gestures and the various rasas should be expressed by all means of this. That is, we have already seen the siddhis from the Manushi and Daiviki. So, when we see the production, the prekshaka should experience the rasa and also experience the siddhi, and she or he should feel the happiness and show it through their body movements or their voice, and that will become the siddhi of the production. He also gives the time related to the performance, the time where the particular activity happens, that should also be taken into consideration. Bharata talks about the qualities of an actor. Buddhi sattva swarupam cha laya talagnyata tata rasa bhavagnyata chaiva vayaha sthatvam kutuhalam grahanam dharanam chaiva ganam natyakritam tata jita sadvasatotsahaviti patragato vidhi. So, intelligence, strength, physical beauty, knowledge of tempo, rhythm, appreciation of the rasa and bhava, proper age, curiosity, acquisition of knowledge, retention, vocal music, dance, suppression of stage fright, and enthusiasm will be the requisite qualities of an actor, a patra. And what is an ideal performance to be? That which includes good instrumental music, good songs, good recitatives, as well as coordination of all acts prescribed in the Shastra. Suvadyata, Suganatvam, Supathyatvam tathaivacha. Shastra karma samayogaha prayogaha satu samyitaha. He also adds use of proper ornaments, good garlands, clothes and proper painting, makeup, all these gives rise to the brilliance of this production. Samriddhi, he says. So, according to the producers of the play, the best of the performance occurs when all these factors combine together. Thus, he completes this chapter on Siddhi, called Siddhi Vyanjaka, the two varieties of Siddhi, Manushi and Daivi Siddhi. Then he moves on to the next chapters connected with the musical instruments and musical aspects for a Natya presentation. Namaste.